Goes down to the hands now. Just before I get started on the June Paper Pumpkin Alternative 3, I just want to remind you to join Zoe and Anna live Sunday, July 25th at 4 p.m. Mark your calendar, because we're going to be doing the Adventure Begins, which is the July Paper Pumpkin Kit. So, if you didn't order it by July 10th, you won't have the kit. Contact Nana if you're interested in a kit. But I may have a spare one. I'm not sure yet. Still waiting for mine to come in the mail and everything all. But go ahead and feel free to join in with us so you can see what we're doing and what's going on, because we do have door prizes. And if you just say hello and let us know you're there watching, replay or whatever, just let us know and we will put you in the drawing for the door prizes. All right? So with that, let's go back and reflect what we've already done with the Paper Pumpkin Kit for June, which is this one right here. And we back in June, we sat there and made on the last Sunday, we sat there and made some from the kit. From there, we made alternative number 1. We used a monocolor. Then we came along with the following week to sit there and make alternative number 2, which you can see we added color. We just did a few simple things. We really didn't have to do a lot of cutting or anything, and to make this card here. And in this week, this is the one that we're making as our alternative 3 from the June Paper Pumpkin Kit. So with this, we're going to do just a little bit different, but this is a sample that Aunt Jennifer did. And so we're just going to go along with Aunt Jennifer. And we're going to start off first with our cardstock. And this one's going to be simple. The one that we have next Friday for the 4th alternative will be a little bit more difficult. Or I shouldn't say more difficult, but it's not going to be as simple as this. If you're up for the challenge, it's not that big of a deal. Alright, so with this here, all we're going to do is we're just going to add a few things. The first thing we're going to add is some vellum, some pretty vellum here that was in the kit. It was already die cut, and all you do is just punch it out. So actually, if you notice, this is how Jennifer did hers. And I'm just going to rotate mine a little bit. I'm going to put my rose up here on top, because that's just what I want to do. And you know what? I'm going to put it slightly off also. Again, that's just something I want to do, and that's the beauty of creating cards, is each person doing their own creating can make it the way they want to. And just to sort of get a look for it here, let's see what else we might want to consider as we look at this here, because we definitely need a tag. And so it's sort of nice to lay that kind of stuff out just to give you an idea of what it's going to look like beforehand, before you actually stamp it all down, stuff like that and so forth. And also we have the tag, just so you get the look. Now I'm not going to put mine far over like hers. I'm going to show you in a minute. I'm just going to put mine right about in here. I'm just trying to give you like a sort of little display here so we can get a general idea. Nothing's etched in stone. Nothing's ever etched in stone. It's just, you have your general idea of what you may want to do or may not want to do. In this particular case, I'm going to give us 2 choices because I can. I could give us more choices if I wanted to, but I'm trying to keep it simple. So with it here, here's one choice, which I think that's a lot of purple, even if, for the sake of argument, that I had this up on dimensionals and all, it's really just a lot of purple. I like it, but I just don't think that's going to work for me. Okay, our other choices that we had as we look at this, we also have the green and the pink. Now let me try the green. I didn't try the green, but we'll take a look and see what we think. Alright, again, if I had it, this would be up on the dimensionals. And we can always cut it too. It doesn't have to be that whole piece there. It could be pieces. I think I like the original idea that I have still, and that is using the pink. Because I still can stamp in any color I want. I can stamp in the green that was provided this month. I could just stamp in the yellow that was provided this month. I could stamp with warmer colors too. But right now we're just trying to decide what we really want here. So I'm going to stick with the pink. I like the pink, and I still like the pink. So, but I'm not going to use this whole thing. I could, but I'm not. So first let me get this down, because for sure I know my rose is going to go here. And I'm just going to use a couple of glue dots, because the nice thing about glue dots are they're clear. And with the vellum being clear as well too, it's just nice to have. It's nice to have it. You really don't want a dimensional behind this because you'll be able to see it. And the whole objective when you create cards or create anything is that you just don't see the work behind the scenes. You see the beauty of what's in the front, and it's going to have problems with the glue dots. Okay, and you don't want that to sit there and come through. It just takes away from your artwork and all that you did. So we don't want to do that. So we're going to use those glue dots. And I'm just going to use a couple. I'll hold it down. Goodness knows they stick to my fingers. Alright, again, I was doing my rose up here. So yes, it's going to hang over just a little bit. And all I'm going to do, once I get this glued down, my glue dots, all I'm going to do is trim it out. Now all you're going to do is take your scissors, and that's what we're going to do. We're just going to trim off this here. You might say, well, that's just terrible. I did that. You know, it's so pretty. It is pretty. But you know what? I'm creating my card. It's my creation, and that's just what I want to do. So there you go. I just want it in the pocket corner right there. Now, still to make a decision about this. Now, I know for sure that this is going to go right here. And I already know that I'm going to use You Are Amazing. So I'm going to go ahead and stamp this, because it's just much easier to you stamp it before you actually put it on the actual card. I'm just inking that up. And you know what? I'm going to double check. I'm thinking I really like, and now you can see where I tested this out before. I really like the second stamp. There's the first stamp, and there's the second stamping. See, I like the lighter color, so I'm going to stick with that. I'm not changing my opinion about that today. Same opinion I had the other day, but some days you never know. I might change my opinion, but that's not today. So, just very simply, we're going to stamp off, and then we're going to stamp on here. Alright, so we have our tag, and we're going to clean that stamp off with our white rag in a minute. And I am just going to go ahead and put this on, because when I go to stick the other on, I'm going to actually just tuck it underneath this. Oh, you know what? Let me flip that over. Because you know what? Let me see how I like it like this. And I have the right to change my mind. I'm not changing my mind on the color and the stamp, but I am going to change my mind. I'm going to flip the card over, because I'm going to be putting some bling on here. And I really want to be able to see that light color here on the second stamp, which this is our gorgeous grape. Because I'm actually going to put some bling around this. Some nice sparkly bling. And I want it to really show more than I do the green here. Because see right here, if I put this here, I don't know that, for me, I just want it a little bit different. I don't really want the green, so I'm going to flip it over. So now I'm going to put it on. I have the right to change my mind. You have the right to change your mind. Nana has been known to actually create something, have it all together, finished and done, and later come back and change her mind and say, you know what? I'm going to remove that and do something different. And I've done that before. It wouldn't be the first time, and it wouldn't be the last time. Alright, so I'm going to center that right there. And there I'm just going to take my flowers and I'm going to cut this, because I already know I'm not going to use it in the form it is, because I just want to do something different. Because I already did it in a form like this, so I just want to try something different and do something different. That's the beauty of all this, is you can do whatever you want because it's yours. And actually, I'm just going to follow this along like an imaginary stem is what I'm doing, if you can see that. Just so I have the same thing, and I have the length. And that's not really that hard to do. Just if you have to, use a pencil and draw it out and do it. I just use my imaginary line that I could see there for a visual, and because you can do it any way you want. No one really knows. And I actually may put a dimensional. I think I'm going to put some dimensional here, just to give a little bit more height than what you see right there. And let's see if I want to add anything else. I think I'm going to stick, let's see, we'll try just this one other. Let's see here. That didn't punch out completely when I got it out. Okay, there we go. Let's see if I like this a little bit better. I don't know. What do you think? I'm thinking I might like that a little bit better. So I'm just going to put this out. I'm going to save this because we still have one more alternative that we're going to do next Friday. So I'm going to go ahead and use dimensionals because I do like the idea of a little height here. And this kit didn't have the mini dimensionals in it, but that's okay because all I'm going to do is cut this one probably in half and put them back with the leaves. It might be more than half I have to cut, but that's alright because I would like to have my leaves up just a little bit higher than just flat looking. Because you know what, that's what makes the card so pretty is the dimensional effects that we add to it. And then, there might be a little bit of white showing there, and that's okay. Then what I do is I just take my scissors and I just trim it off sideways a little bit there so I'm not catching my leaf. And let's see here. So now when you look, nope, and this one too. When you do this one as well. And we're just going to trim it off. Alright? I mean, there's no reason when you're creating you can't have what you want. It's just figure out a way. And there's just easy ways to figure out a way. Make it simple. That's all it is. I trimmed off. I split one large dimensional. And I'm not going to worry about having to sit up here and glue the stem down here at the base. All I'm going to do is tuck it in. Let's see here. I'm going to tuck it in. Just if I did with sewing or if I did with... trying to think what else. Oh, flower arrangement. When I made flower arrangement, so see, I just tucked it in, and I've already got my right there, my dimensional, and there's my other one, or it's right in here. Okay, so see, I've got my dimension that I want, which gives the depth, and that's what I wanted to do is give it some depth and give it some dimension. All right, so the only other thing left for this is to put some bling on it. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to take some of our sequins, iridescent looking sequins that came with the kit. That's a little close. Spread it out a little bit more. I really want to get on top of that, which you really can't tell because because there you go. They're so light colored, it really doesn't take away from it, but still I want to look a little bit bright, more right than that with that. And then here we go. I'm just going to put another one here. And it's just easier on the eyes from an art perspective that you do things in odd numbers like this. So we're just going to add our third one right here. And I just might go ahead while I'm at it, because I don't know. You know what? I don't press these down too hard just in case I do want to reposition something. I reserve that right to reposition as much as I want. Still not sure if I fully like that, but it doesn't. We'll live with it at the moment. Because I'm going to go ahead and add two more on the outer. I'm going to put one on this flower right here. And I'm going to put another one on the outside here. It's all because I can. I put the bling on because I can. And see, there you have a beautiful 3D card. And this is our alternative number 3 from the June Paper Pumpkin Kit in color. Okay, so we will be creating our 4th one next Friday. So please be sure to come and join along. And if you haven't ordered yet, the next kit coming up, it is not The Adventures Begins. It's actually Hope. It's the Hope kit. But the deadlines are still the same. It's going to be August 10th. No, today is, yep, it'll be August 10th. So August 10th will be, and I'll have a copy for next week of the new one. It's a Hope kit, and the deadline for it will be August 10th. So be sure to come and join us on Sunday, though, July 25th, and we'll talk more about the August kit coming up. And at 4 p.m. live, Facebook Live with Zoe and Nana Stamping, and you'll see Zoe and I. And if you've got your kid, join in with us. It's a great time to put your kid together along with us. Look forward to seeing you. Have a great and blessed week. Until next week,